Hi guys, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm making this video in response to somebody that asked me, how can I learn German fast? Now let me break it to you. There's no fast way to learn this language. This language is hard. Why? The language is hard and difficult, but I really enjoy learning it. And in this video, I'm going to share my tips on how I've been able to learn the language and what has helped me. I mean, I'm not perfect yet, but I'm not bad either. So let's get into this video. Oh, before we do that, you know how it goes. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I post a new video every Wednesday. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me. It's at Waleo Chronicles and join my Instagram family. Now let's get into it. So one of the most important tips that has helped me is that I watch a lot of German movies. Specifically, I like to watch comedy and drama because this way I'm relaxed and I'm getting used to the sound of the language, and I'm also reading it. I watch it with subtitles, to be specific, because that way I can hear the sound of the words that they are saying and I can see it being spelled, and then I build my vocabulary. Any word I don't understand, then I quickly check what it means. Of course, sometimes the context of the sentence or the situation going on makes me understand what the word means, and I found that this is the most important way that's actually really helped me more than anything. You can watch original German movies, or you can watch English movies but dubbed in German, so they have like a German voiceover or something like that. Another tip that I will highly advise, and I did not do this and I kind of regret it, not really, but it really works, is that if you want to learn German fast, do not move to a big city where English is easily accessible, like Berlin. This is one mistake that I made. A friend of mine, we are actually on the same level of German, B2 officially. I'm B2 and she's B2, but her German is way better than mine, because when she moved to Germany, she moved to a small city, a small town in Germany where English is not very accessible, and she was really forced to speak the language. So it was like full immersion, real full immersion for her. I will highly advise this strategy, because for me, I moved directly to a big city and it's quite difficult to practice regularly because English is so widely spoken here, and I find that it's actually not really helping my journey. On the contrary, it's really reducing my level of proficiency. But yeah, it's too late to correct that now. But if you have the opportunity to do that, move to a small town first before moving to a big city, because when you move to a small town, you are once you're done there, you're highly prepared and highly equipped to take on the big city and like take on all those jobs. Like, you're so ready to kill it, you know? Another thing that's helped me again is listening to lots of German podcasts. Again, you should note that I'm a very sound-oriented person, so listening for me is so much more important than actually going to the class and learning and then teaching you all those grammatical rules that I hate so much. Because
why does it have to change every time? Like, the gender of the noun changes depending on where it is. Like, it was there before, now it's das, and then it's die next time. Okay, this is not a rant video about how hard German is. It's about what it's going to take you to learn it fast. So let me focus.
Yes, so listening to podcasts is highly helpful. You can go to Spotify. There are many podcasts on Spotify. Oh, my favorite is actually Madam Moneypenny, because your girl likes to listen to stuff about making money, you know. Anyway, I like to listen to Madam Moneypenny a lot. She talks about financial strategies, investment for women, and so on. I really like to listen to her. And I listen to other German podcasts like Dokus und Reportagen, Das Klima und die Umwelt. So like, just look for things on Spotify that you find quite interesting and then listen to it. It doesn't matter whether you understand everything. I do not understand like 100% of what is going on, but with time it gets better. The more you're used to hearing the sound of the language, the easier it is for you to understand. At least that's what I found that worked for me anyway. Another tip that has worked for me is to surround yourself with Germans. Now, this could be quite difficult depending on where you're located in Germany, and making friends with German takes time. I mentioned this in one of my videos. I can't ever remember which one. But the point is not about making friends. It's about surrounding yourself with Germans. So in your workplace, in your school, in your flat, if you're sharing a flat, your neighbors, make sure you are in touch with native German language speakers or anybody that speaks German at a high level. This gives you an experience of full immersion, and then you find yourself starting to get more comfortable with the language. I think for me, I keep saying comfortable with the language because once you're comfortable with a language, then it's easier for you to assimilate the language. There's no barrier that's like, oh my god, this is so difficult. You just begin to assimilate the language more and more. It's like a sponge. You're soaking the language in more and more. Another tip, and I'm guilty of not doing this often enough, is to speak. I know every video talks about speaking, but it's true. You need to speak. Even I'm telling myself in this video, Wally, you need to speak more German, because I'm spoiled now. I live in Berlin, so like I don't really need to speak so much, and sometimes I find myself getting lazy, but actually sometimes I force myself to speak. It comes and it goes, but if there is anything I would say, the fastest way is for you to speak, because if you don't use the language, it's going to like leave you. If you don't use it, it's going to leave you. So you need to speak as much as possible. You don't have to be conscious about making mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes. The language they have very complicated grammatical rules, so you're going to make mistakes. For me, I make mistakes all the time. I don't think there's any sentence I don't make grammatical mistakes, but I don't care. For me, I just want to speak and learn, and when people see that you have enthusiasm to learn the language, then people are kind of more patient to listen to you. At least that's my personal experience anyway. I haven't met the rude ones. That's like, I've heard some stories about if you don't speak properly, some people are just rude, but luckily for me, I haven't had that experience. So just speak. Again, I think I already mentioned this, is that when you're speaking, when you're listening, when you're practicing, don't get stuck on the grammatical rules. Like I said before, the language is complicated AF. And they got a lot of rules, so don't be too conscious about making grammatical mistakes or whatever. You're going to make it. I mean, some native speakers also make grammatical mistakes, and some of them don't even know why the rules exist or what is what. They just know that they can speak the language and they can speak it good, so why should you be so stuck up on the grammatical rules? For me, I should care more about the grammatical rules, but I don't. But I just like speak it, and I like bungle it or whatever, but I'm speaking, and that's the important part. So don't get stuck up on the grammar. Don't be a perfectionist when it comes to the language, otherwise you're going to take a long time before you get perfect. And finally, I will say, give yourself time. I mean, there are some genius people that they learn the language within 3 months, but I mean, majority of the population of the world, we're not in that category of people that can learn a language so fast and quickly. So if you're a regular person like me, just give yourself time. It takes time, and eventually you will get there. I mean, I don't mean like give yourself 10 years or anything, but be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. If you make mistakes, it's okay. If some weeks go by, you do not speak the language and you feel like, oh my god, I'm never gonna learn this language, just give yourself time. It happens to me as well. Like, I get that feeling of, oh my god, when am I ever going to get perfect in this language? But it takes time. So just be patient with yourself, darlings, okay? And with that, I've come to the end of this video. I know the person that asked me this question is not going to be 100% satisfied, but there's no fast way. I'm sorry, I'm not the person to tell you what fast way you can learn, because I didn't learn it fast either. So if you enjoy the content of this video, please give it a thumbs up, and what else do I have to say? Thank you very much for watching and for showing some love, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Tschüss. When I was planning to make this video, I wanted to I wanted to start like with a German greeting, so let me do that now, because I don't know why I didn't do that initially. Hallo euch alle, willkommen zu meinem Kanal. I just made a mistake, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, today I'm highly strong, and speaking is not coming naturally. I think because I haven't spoken the whole week with any like real life human being, kind of, so it feels a bit weird coming on camera and speaking to myself, but we got to get used to it because this is the new normal. Okay, the Rona got us. Okay, it's time to eat because now I'm feeling like I'm high on something, and yeah.